right, we're ready to move on with the Lynx banner, and this will show you how to do steps 20 through 29 of the project, which is placing borders on the letters. You just got done tracing on the L, the Y, the N, and X out on different kinds of pictures, and now you're ready to take it to the next level and to put some borders on those pictures. So I'm going to bring up my Photoshop program. Here is my Lynx banner. And yours should have an L, a Y, an N, and an X on it, okay? And you'll have 4 layers over here. So would you click on layer number 1 over here on the panel on the right, on this layers panel? And we will work with the letter L to show you how to do this. And then you have to repeat the steps for layer 2, 3, and 4 to do a banner or to do a border on that. So we're going to put a border around the letter L. So we click on the layer 1 panel, or the layer 1 over here in the panels. You come down to the bottom, and if your dock is in the way, I'm going to do Option Command D, and I'm going to get rid of my dock temporarily. You need to click on this FX menu down here. When you click on FX, you're going to come to the top option there called Blending Options. All right, and this box can be moved anywhere you want. In fact, if it's covering up your L or whatever letter you're working on, I would move it off of it because you'll be able to see things change as you add the border. Okay, so in the styles section over here on the left-hand side, you're looking for something called stroke, and you're actually going to click on the word stroke. Okay, not just in the checkbox. You want to click on the word stroke because now it'll say in this middle section, stroke. And sometimes if all you do is put a check mark on it, it doesn't open up the options to format it. So click on the word stroke and immediately you might see what I see on mine, a black border. And if you don't see anything right now, it's okay, but you might start to see that. Okay. The stroke options, so here is where we're going to work. You're going to I would start with picking the color for the stroke. Now again, this is Brandon Valley, so what are the colors you want to use? Let's not use black just so I can show you can change it. Okay, so I'm going to use kind of a white color for this one. So I'm going to get up here into the white area, and then I'm going to click the OK button. All right, and then here, size 13px pixels is how you change the size of the stroke. So if I just take that lever and start dragging it to the right, that's what 40 pixels look like. You do have to be careful. You can make that stroke too large. See, now you can't really tell what the picture is on the inside. In fact, you can make it so large that you can cover up the entire picture if you actually wanted to, which isn't a good idea. And on the same hand, leaving it at a 1, you can't even hardly tell that there's any kind of a border around the outside. So you can play with that however you want to. Again, your goal is to make sure that you can still tell what the picture is inside the letter. The other thing you can do is change the opacity. Position, you can mess around with it. It may not do much for you. You can try like outside. That made it just a little bit bigger. Inside, that brings that border to the inside of the picture. That brings it more centered between inside and outside, so I let you choose that. Blend mode won't do anything, but here's your opacity. So this is how much how much light comes through it. So you're at 97% opacity. If you start moving that lever to the left, you can see you can almost get rid of the border completely. And then with a little bit of opacity, you can see that it just lightens it up. Now it almost looks like it's red, pinkish, and I don't like that. So I definitely know I don't want to change that opacity. I like white. And in fact, I want bright white, so I'm moving that thing all the way up to 100%. The fill color isn't going to do anything for you. I mean, if you want to play around with it, you can. But the main thing is to change the size, mess around a little bit with the position, opacity, and of course you pick a color. But I would start by picking the color. Once you have it all set the way that you want it, you click OK. If you don't like it, you just come back to the layer menu, layer 1. Okay, you click on FX, you go back to blending options, and then you click on stroke, and then you change whatever it is that you want to change. Once you get it changed the way you want, you simply click OK, and you Command S and you save it. Now your layers panel is going to look a little weird because you've added now an effect, and the effect that you added was stroke. If you click the eyeball on effects, then it takes that off and it lets just you see your picture. If you take the stroke off, any other effects would still be there. We only have one effect on ours, and that effect is a stroke. So I'm going to Command S and save that. Now, what you need to do is you need to continue to repeat these steps, okay, until you have your Y, N, and X have borders. Try different colors, different sizes. Be creative. So all 4 of your letters will have a different kind of stroke on it. And again, you can still go back. Like if I'm still not happy with where my L is, I can click on layer 1. I can go to edit. I can go up to free transform, and I still can move it. Okay, I can still rotate it any way I want to rotate it. You still have all your options available to you. Okay, so good luck with putting those borders on your letters.